Hey to anyone out there watching, this is our mid-May 2014 fish room update. I'm a couple days late again, but that's okay. Been real busy and I'm starting to not worry so much about doing it exactly on the 16th as long as, I get mid-month and beginning of month, it's still a nice journal of everything we got going on. I'm excited about this one because, as you can see, we got furniture in the fish room. These things are awesome. They spin around so you can, check out all the tanks while you're in them. It's a nesting table, so that can pull out so we can play games and read and stuff on there. I think it really, really looks great in the fish room. I'm backing up a little so you can see it better. Here, maybe this will even, yep, that's better. Yeah. So I think it looks great. Let's do a walkthrough. Still only have 2 of these set up. I know. Life happens. It's expensive setting these suckers up. Right now we still just have the 2. The hair algae is pretty serious in here. I think it looks pretty cool though. So let's see. Black snails. I really think these guys reproduced. There were not that many in there that I knew of, and I thought most of them died, and there's a whole bunch, so I mean that's a good sign, right? Here's another guy right here. There is the maroon clown. Oh, sorry, there he is. See if I see him better from the front. It's hard to see him on camera. He's so small in this big tank, but there we go. He's in there, and he's still doing good, so that's good, right? We're still just letting this one go, We did put, what were those zoas, I think they're called? See them right there? I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're dead. They are reaching up towards the light, like bent upwards, so I don't think they're dead. We just left it in there, seeing what's going on with there. Still a bunch of, cleanup crew down here. I'm telling you, I didn't see this much until recently, so I think that's a good sign. Here's a big guy just chilling, taking the some power head. I don't know. I know this hair algae is out of control, but I'm not worried about it. We're just letting it do its thing and cycle. I mean, I know the water, the media is cycled. Nitrates are up. There's no ammonia or nitrites, but you know what I mean, like the rock and everything, just letting it do its thing. Down here, the severums are doing real good. I'm going to get down on the ground so I can get down here better. We added a lot of frog bits to this tank. Last time the frog bits sort of died off. Minnows are still in here. The catfish still just sits in there and does absolutely nothing. Most of the severums are hiding, but there is one right there. They certainly come out when it's feeding time. I feel like they got more comfortable when we added these frog bits, probably because it gave them some, shelter. So yeah, that one's doing good. We're just kind of doing its thing still, just growing them out. Goldfish tank's doing great. These guys are growing pretty fast. They're doing really good. Nitrates are always low on this tank because obviously it's 240 and these guys are so small still. So that's convenient. Yeah. I love those guys. I can't wait to see how long their fins get. There's the Blackmore. He's real derpy. The Shabumpkins over here is there's the Ryukin right there. They're all doing really good. Still one of my favorites is definitely the this guy. I know he's just a common goldfish, but he is so vibrant. His fins, I mean, look at him. He just looks so nice and clean. So they're doing great in there. This one might be a little murky, the 55 grow out, because I just did a really deep water change on it, and I also just hit those rocks really good. They were filthy. And I took some of the old dead snail shells out of there, so these guys are just sort of hanging out because they're mad that we just did a water change. But I feel like they're growing. Not even close to big enough to go in the 560 yet, but they're growing. Still 5 of them in there. I think we're gonna add some sand to this rock because all the gaps seem to really collect a lot of waste. Way more than any other tank in my opinion. So I think we're gonna add some sand, like mixed with it, and I think that'll help. It'll, there'll be less pockets for waste to accumulate. Thought about just adding a power head down low, but Shelby doesn't want to do that. She knows your angels don't like flow. Here's the blue guy. They're doing great. It's just, like I said, pouting because he just did a water change. Cruising on down. Saltwater tank, the 30 gallon. It's doing awesome. Look at this guy out on patrol. Ridiculous. He has a feather duster on him and pulsing xenia. How crazy does that guy look, right? So the power head, I noticed, it got clogged up again, but I know what to look for now. Caught it, pulled it out, cleaned it. So we've been in good shape there. There's the damsel, clownfish. This pulsing xenia is spreading. The green star polyp's doing pretty good, actually. I'm curious to see what happens when the pulsing xenia gets to it, because look, it's coming around. It's an experiment. I don't really care what happens if it eats out the green star polyp, because I think it looks beautiful. Look how big it is. Hopefully this pocket that bothers me fills in soon. Here, let me see if I can put my hand up there so you can see how big this is. Here. It is large. I mean, that's a 30 gallon tank. Oh, there's the domino damsel. I'm gonna build a fish trap and I'm gonna get this Royal Grama and get him in the 75. I don't see him anywhere. He's always hiding back there. He's terrified of that domino damsel, and I really want to get him out of here. Let's see. Planted tank. It's about that time of the night, so I think the lights are starting to dim. It's doing great. We got new CO2 hooked up, doing good. There's some fry from the breeding pair on the right side. Let me see if I can get them. Yep, there's a little right. It's hard to see them because there's snails too, but not the snails. See, there's the free floating fry and then the snails. That's the mating pair right there. And the other ones don't have any right now. I think I saw eggs the other day, but I don't know what came of them. Still tons of snails on the bottom, all the quarries. Those snails, they just look crazy, right? There's so many. As far as I understand, they're totally harmless. A shout out to Lushy for helping me identify this guy right here. He said it was a crypt. I'm not sure if it's growing per se, but it don't look like it's doing bad at all. Looks. Maybe if you're watching, you can give me some tips on how to make it grow more. I mean, everything else seems to be doing great in here with the CO2, the liquid ferts, the lights that we got. I took a lot of the frog bits out because sometimes they provide too much shade. It just seems to be doing. It doesn't seem to be growing crazy or nothing. I mean, I got some root tabs maybe I could stick in there. And then I also have some golden pothos that I have pinched back here. Let me get a far away shot so you can see. I have them pinched back there hanging in. I propagated them from a pothos plant outside, and they do have roots on them. So I'm just hanging them in there and seeing how big the roots can get. I'm gonna add the baskets in there that I see online and try to grow some out of the back and grow them up the wall. I feel like that would be really cool. We can grow it around all our fish stuff. So that's a new project. And last but not least, the big Mama Gemma, the 560. I think we have everyone named at this point. We named the Delhaize Lemmy. He seems to be doing pretty good. He's probably growing the slowest out of everyone, but still pretty big. Of course, there's Socks, giraffe-nosed cat. He's doing good. BB's doing great. One of the bigger guys in here. The Gar's doing real good. We named him Gar Binks. Binks for short. He's doing great. Phoenix, the creamsicle red devil's doing great. There's Slick, Fire Eel, Nunu, the Argentia. There's CC, the Fenestratus. He's doing good. So, Dahlia, the flower horn. As soon as I do the water change, look at this. See him? She just chased socks out of there. She's trying to claim the center of the tank. She dug up all my airline. Like, you can't tell from the video, but that is deep. I fill that in. There's Calypso, the Milanura. Don't run away, man. We want to get a shot of you. Oh, nice shot. So yeah, see, she's getting big. She's chasing everyone off. She's digging a huge hole in the tank. It's the black belt chuck. So I'm thinking, it's the Bleakery Ciclet. He's doing great. We're thinking we might put Dahlia in her own 75. One of these, probably the top right, because I know a lot of people keep flower horns by themselves. They're real territorial. They kind of like their own personal space, and she seems to be no exception. So we're thinking we're going to give her own 75, get her out of here. Bissell is still growing like a weed. He is so big. He's got to be. Like, I know, again, it's hard to tell, but let me try to get my arm in here. I mean, he's easy. Let me back up further. Oh boy. Socks is sort of in the way, which is funny. Let's go around the other side of the tank. There we go. You might not be able to tell, but I mean, this is 4 feet. He is, I've measured him on water changes. He stays pretty still. He's almost 2 feet. I talked to Victor down in Naples at Fish Story about him, and he said he's had hybrids of them before that he thinks is him anyways. And he had him for about 10 years, and the biggest one got about 2.5 feet. So if he stays 2.5 feet, we should be okay in here. But honestly, with how fast he's been growing, I feel like we might need to rehome him. And, you know, one of the options would definitely be Victor. I know he has tons of setups, like 10,000 gallon setups and whatnot. And he's only 3 hours south of me. If you're listening, shout out to Victor over at Fish Story. But yeah, so that's our plans with this. We're not positive, but I don't know. If he grows another foot, I feel like we might need to rehome him. Flower horn, that's Dahlia. She's definitely going to go into a 75. And then I'm thinking maybe we add some peacock bass, and I really want to get a tire track eel to add. And that's where we sit. Sorry for the late update, guys. I'm sure no one out there is upset. And, I'm going to end the video where we started, back out here. Super excited about the furniture. We've been spending a lot more time in here. And hopefully we can budget some funds to start getting more of the tanks set up and scaped. As always, I appreciate anyone out there watching. Look forward to any comments. Anyone wants to talk fish, let's do it. Leave some comments in the bottom of the video. And thanks for watching. I will talk to you guys on the next update. Bye-bye.